seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
And good morning, everyone. Last minute cleanup there. Hope you're all having a great Friday morning. Looking forward to a great weekend. Welcome to the Friday, August 6th, 2021 edition of Nevermind the Furthermore. Is this year flying by for you? It certainly is for me. And some days not quickly enough. But anyway, we're glad you're here. We're going to close out the week with some fun. All right. And want to welcome you all. And first of all, I want to say some thank yous to some people, because we got to have an attitude of gratitude. And the first one, of course, is to our daily sponsor, Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. You want a great looking book cover, don't you? Of course you do. You've worked hard on the insides, and you want something that'll turn a casual onlooker into your customer. And Jeffrey Hayes can do that with Plasma Fire Graphics with a beautiful wraparound cover. Or if you got a comic book, he can do those covers too. He can also create beautiful graphics that'll help you sell that product on social media, as well as a beautiful book trailer like you just saw just there. So check out Jeffrey Hayes. He's got a Facebook page for Plasma Fire Graphics, and check out plasmafiregraphics.com, where you can contact him and get his very, very affordable rates. So check him out. Also, I like him too, because he did my latest book. He did my trailers. But this book here, it's Snow Ambition, a one-shot quick read crime thriller that you will dig. You don't have to know anything about Abraham Snow or his world. I'll fill you in. Don't worry, it won't hurt. And it's part of the Snow Short series, number 4 in that book series. We're really proud of this book, so check it out. It's now 99 cents on Amazon. And that was the Jeffrey Hayes cover. Ooh, Plasma Fire Graphics does do good work, don't they? So check out what they can do for you at plasmafiregraphics.com. Remember, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your customers, it matters to your readers. And also somebody that also matters are our patrons on Patreon. We love these guys and gals so dearly because they help keep this show on the air. They have made a lot of this show possible. Their support helped us with some computer problems we had earlier in the year. And we are trying to grow now, and it is with their help that we can do so. So if you would like to support the Rising Tide mission, or you just dig the show, please check out our offerings on Patreon. It's a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly. And it's not like you just throw money at us. We give you rewards for rewarding us. So check out what I'm offering at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And also check out our Rising Tide Broadcast Network. It's not just me, people. It's a lot of good stuff all week long, 7 days worth of information, and most of all, entertainment. We're here to entertain, as well as teach you a thing or two. And anyway, tonight, Ted Davies is taking the night off, so he and Christine won't be on with Drinking with the Davies. But at 7 p.m., we will have the lovely Michaela Jade with her tidbits and scribbles. And also, please check out her morning motivations that get you up out of bed and keep someone from eating your lunch, creatively speaking. There's opportunities out there. Michaela's going to help you get them either in the early in the morning, or tonight she talks about her writer's journey. And then following that is the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. Eastern with Nicholas Tockert, where he teaches you very entertainingly about combat and about other issues in life and creativity and writing games. And he's just got a whole bunch of stuff going on. And you need to check it out. He's a lot of fun. It's great. And then tomorrow night on the weekends, we've got a full roster at 11 p.m. on Saturday night. Check out Stupid O'Clock. Hope you liked last night's episode. Joe Dog McKeel and Skunk Rocker and Company do a fantastic job of entertaining and bring all kinds of geeky information from some really clever, intelligent people. And then following that is Dan Hollofield's Last Man Standing. Who will be the last person to turn out the lights? We'll join Dan and find out. Then Sunday night is the wonderful Heather Ellen with Comics, Chaos, and Sass. And that's at 10 p.m. Eastern. Do check that out, and because she's wonderful and gives you an opportunity like this show to promote yourself. It is wonderful, and she is wonderful. So please do watch that show. It's I keep using the word wonderful. She makes me say wonderful. She inspires me that much. So anyway, that's what we've got going. And don't forget, at the bottom of the hour, we're going to have the world's worst product reveal here, package reveal. And I'll tell you why at the bottom of the hour. Ace Bonnie is the first in the door at 9:01. Good morning. Decaf coffee only works if you throw it at people. Yeah, that's true. That way it wakes both of you up. It gets the blood moving in you, and it teaches them to either dodge or get wet. We do not have decaf. We need all the help we can get. Carl Weston says, good morning, everyone. Aunt Donna may not make it to the show today, but she sends her love. And, well, we'll send our love back at her. And don't forget, if you're a member of Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page, tonight will be a drunken rant preceding the green room. Carl, tonight, I was looking for the address, but Cookie and I have, believe it or not, an editorial meeting with somebody tonight at around 9 p.m. That's the problem with this business now in Zoom. There's no such thing as normal business hours. So anyway, I will try to make it if we can, okay? And yeah, decaf? Ugh, I know. And I smell comics, says the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. And it's good to see you, Christian. Yes, you should. Actually, this room smells of comics anyway, because that's what I've got a lot of in here. So it's inevitable. But no, we're glad you're here, and please check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Always a good time every week. And Damian Waldron in lurk mode today, morning people. Damian, I'll probably be talking to you more about that dashboard. It looks complicated. It looks scary. So I'm going to go in with both feet and then ask you what I do wrong. Anyway, Teresa Dunn, good morning, Brian and fellow creators. Have a great weekend. Teresa, you too, sweetie. Hope you have a great one. And Damian, I'm loving what you're doing. I got to give Damian some shout outs here. He is currently working on a redesign for the Rising Tide website. Brian came more. It's at risingtide.pub. Check it out. You can sign up for my monthly newsletter there too. It is absolutely free, and it's got all kinds of goodies in it. And a little bit from me tells you where I'm going to be till the end of the year, which right now for me is ending October 31st at HowlCon in Dalton, Georgia. Looking forward to that a lot. And we got a step or two along the way. In a couple of weeks, we got a free comic book day down in down at the SIU campus at Castle Perilous, and we'll have our schedule in there. So please sign up for the newsletter so you'll know where I am. And I'm always glad to know where Willow Schuyler is. Wow, Willow, love you, hon. Hope you're having a great morning. And everyone's saying good morning to each other. And good morning, Joe Dog McKeel of Stupid O'Clock. I'm alive, but I feel like the truck backed up. I'm sorry. Good morning to you. Hey, Joe Dog, I trust you've noticed that StreamYard has made that recent addition to make our lives easier. For those of you who don't know or haven't checked your StreamYard, see, we can load videos and graphics into the show and banners, which, speaking of which, I need to put mine up. And there we go. And if you like what you see in this video, take a moment to please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe, because it's the right thing to do. And we will read appropriate comments as we get to them, so please be patient. And then there's more information there that you'll need to know. But please read the crawl while I'm talking to you, because that's why we wrote all that stuff. But we can put up videos and stuff like that. That's where we get the intro and outro to the show, and Greta telling me what a cat I am. So that's what we do. But anyway, the way it used to work is that you loaded it into the appropriate area on StreamYard, and that's where it stayed. And if you wanted to reorder everything, you had to delete videos and then reload them, which is a PITA, but no more. You can now click and drag, and it's lovely. We've already started working on it, and it does say we've already rearranged some things. It'll save us quite a bit of time. I've got to do it for my other 2 shows, but I'm very, very happy with this so far. Now we get the team thing going, and StreamYard's good as far as great as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, we do recommend StreamYard. We make no money from this recommendation, but StreamYard is an excellent way to do your broadcasting very simply with as professional a look as possible. And you'd be surprised how many people use StreamYard, and it looks slick. It really does. And anyway, and don't forget to wash your hands before leaving the bathroom. I wash my hands before I go into the bathroom. I don't know where that bathroom has been or who's been in there. And Willow Schuyler says, this show needs a 5-minute video with catchy music for those waiting in purgatory before the show starts. Well, that's the thing, Willow. Something I've started doing is trying to start the show sooner. I mean, before I was running all the videos and I'd run Plasma Fire graphics stuff, and now your purgatory includes me talking to you, which some would say that's a sheer, a sheer plunge into hell, but that's what it is. But anyway, yeah, I could. I have thought one thing I want to do eventually is work in periodic breaks for you, for me. But I just don't have the discipline yet. I'm trying to find a way to do it it's fairly painless for all involved. It doesn't look like I'm looking at a clock, which I can see the clock across the room. And I have my IV drip, but anyway, of coffee. But we're working on it. Every day we're trying to get better, Willow, but we cannot achieve the perfection of you, my darling. And anyway, please check out Willow Schuyler's brand new show, Cryptid Crunch, co-hosted with Keisha Acuff on the Hang Out with the Web Show Network. It is wonderful because they are wonderful. And yes, 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, it's 10 seconds. And Carl Westman says, Joe Dog, we tried to have fun on Stupid O'Clock just in sympathy for you. Yeah, it looked like fun last night. I didn't get to stay very long because my sleep schedule's going back to normal now that Cookie is off, who, by the way, just to let everybody know, her arm is getting better. She still hasn't heard back from the orthopedic surgeon yet, though. That's something we're going to tackle today, and might even get to the point where we drive down to India and find out what is going on. So anyway, and Michaela Jade, yay, she's on time today. Michaela, mwah, darling, please check out her shows. Even if you watch them in the afternoon, man, that gives you a kick in the pants that you need to make your afternoons go by. And Michaela's got tidbits and scribbles tonight. Always informative, and she is wonderful. You'll love it. Or at least elevator music with obscure 80s tunes so we can play guess that tune. I'll just have a show of that, Will, and hell with me, right? That'd be a lot better. But no, I love music. I really do. I didn't really care for music until one day I was in, I think at the time it was Carson Peary, Scott and Company in Champaign, Illinois, or actually Urbana, Illinois at Lincoln Square. And I'm riding up the escalator and I'm listening to music and it's hauntingly familiar. And it's this peppy, upbeat song, really melodic, and by the time I'm 2/3 of the way up the escalator, I realize it's A Day in the Life by the Beatles, which is a very somber song, but they pepped it up to, it was like, he blew his mind out in a car, doot, 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 doot. And that's when I recognized it at the part where it was he blew his mind out in the car. And so I was like paralyzed with laughter for about 2 minutes. It was quite fun. And Bobby Nash, good morning, Nevermorians. Good morning to you, Mr. Bobby Nash, BobbyNash.com, the creator of Abraham Snow, who's, you got to check out this book. Seriously, I'm very proud of it. It turned out really well. And, it was created, the character of Abraham Snow was created by Bobby Nash. If you like thrillers, man, this is, if you like things like Dirk Pitt or even James Bond, you will like Abraham Snow. I I like Bobby's writing a lot. I fell in love with this character because it's awesome. And I was privileged to write an episode of his adventures that fit in the continuity. It happens between books 5 and 6. And it takes place in Indianapolis, where I am close and I know the territory. So, and I had to do minimal research. So, but anyway, I'm really proud of that story. I'm really proud that Bobby let me in there. And thank you again, 1,000 times. Thank you for getting me that, my Masters of the Universe Skeletor figure. That makes my collection complete, and it makes me happy. Also, Bobby will be joining us this coming Tuesday on Clever Title Pending with Charles F. Millhouse. We're gonna have a great conversation, and if you guys have questions, it won't matter, because the three of us can talk because we're friends. It'll be informative. It'll be fun. You'll definitely want to keep a notepad nearby, because we're going to drop some info on you, I'm sure. And don't forget, at the bottom of the hour is the world's worst package reveal. Stay tuned for that. Whether you're watching live or on the reruns, we do appreciate y'all. Carl Witzman, and we appreciate you, Bobby. Thank you for getting up at this hour to be with us. And yes, Willow, says Carl Witzman, I have a musical theme that I play just in case anyone tunes in before I have my together. This whole program is an exercise in getting my together. And I fail miserably every day, but we do it nonetheless. In fact, I think the inability to have coherent is probably part of the appeal of this show, because we all love a good train wreck. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I'm sorry, folks, I'm not in the mood to make my funny posts. I hope to be back to my mischievous self soon. Who wants to take wagers on when? I'm saying before the end of the show, Joe Dog, we have a healing effect on you. Let us put our hands on you in the most inappropriate places, and we'll get your attention. Anyway, Joe Dog, I hope you get feeling better, brother. This world needs you. And but if you want to have some fun, check out last night's edition of Comic Book Spectrum. We had a lot of fun as usual, and we reviewed Cindy Kemp's Animal Eye, and we'll see this morning whether Cindy is still speaking to us. Anyway, Carl Westman, hey, Michaela, saying hi before we get shoved down in the bra. And good morning to the Ninja Genko. Always a pleasure to have you here. And Joe Dog, just take care of yourself. I'm with Willow Schuyler on this one. Joe Dog, just look out for you, because we love you, man. We really do. And the artwork of Bill Starnes says TGIF to the Freaky Fuzzy Fez Man and all the fantastic Friday Morians. Count your blessings. They're God-given and love-driven. Oh, I love hearing you say that, Bill. And also, hashtag bring Cookie home already. I'm trying. Dude, I would, but I'm broadcasting 200 hours a week. And Donna is under the weather today, too. It's catching. I'm so sorry to hear that. Please give her a hug from us, okay? We love Donna. We love you, too, Carl. Hug yourself. And, yeah, you can hug yourself there if you wish. So I hope Aunt Donna will be well enough to just say hi in the drunken rant or something tonight, or do I have to get liquored up and come over anyway? And hello, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful Keisha Acuff, mwah, co-host with Willow Schuyler of Cryptid Crunch. That is a great show. I'm proud of you, Will. I'm proud of you both. That is a super show, and I hope you're doing well today. I hope you are doing well today. I'm glad to see you here. And the artwork of Bill Sargent says, the bird's the word. When you get Cindy Kemp's nice and nifty newsletter at CKOEPP.com. It's really something to tweet about, yes. And Teresa Dunn's typing her book up, but she is here. I'm glad to have you present. Always proud to have Eric Hawkins here, too. And I voted last night. You were one vote behind. You were in second place. I hope you won the Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition last night. Please check that out. The theme last night was kind of a mashup of Hanna-Barbera characters and superheroes. Eric's was brilliant. I loved it, Eric. I really did. And anyone else trying to click on the RTBM sign to close it, YouTube has me trained on ads. Yes. Oh, I know what you mean. And don't forget, when you're on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, please give this video a thumbs up. If you would, it helps us a lot. And also, please, and also lets us know we're doing a good job. And also, please subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you to the 560 subscribers we have now. 566, in fact, when I checked last night. Hopefully didn't lose any. But that's always a worry. But anyway, thank you to everyone who has subscribed and who is watching the shows, and hope you enjoy it. All right. And also be sure to bless the bell. that way you get notified whenever I do stuff, and I'm doing stuff all the time. And actually, Carl, I'm driving, so we're in her lap. Oh, Carl, move aside. And Jake Twister, good morning. Good to see you after last night. And oh no, Randy messed up the packaging on the IVR. You just wait. It will happen. We will happen within about 8 minutes. And we will have the world's worst package revealed. No, but Mr. Zimmerman is not to blame for this. We will explain later. And just be patient, people. I love teasing this. And good, Teresa. Hey, it's the Eric Hawkins. That's right. The Eric S. Pornsack Hawkins. But his friends call him Pornsack. But we're not telling anyone why. And Brian Hawkins, always a pleasure to see you. Good morning to you, my friend. And don't be tempting me, Michaela. I'm already giving in to temptation, as is Christian Basil. Tempt me to Michaela. And good morning to Sarah. Sarah, mwah, darling, I'm glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. Going to reply to you later. And I love you to the abyss and back. All right. And we got to get ready for, I think it's next week. We will be plotting and planning. We'll let you know what's up. Okay. And Rick Bradley says, good morning, Nevermorians. Heading over to St. Louis. Eliana has a doctor appointment at Shriners Hospital. She's okay, but she's been having trouble with her knee, and they have a specialist from France that is going to look at it. I hope she gets an ooh la la from him. Okay. And anyway, you give that sweet girl a hug from us. All right. And you hug yourself from all of us too, because we love you too, Rick. We love that little girl. She's special. And Willow Schuyler says, so we should send those good vibes to Michaela. Let's all send messages to her to get her phone buzzing. She's going to run off the road. That's the show for today, folks. Send me your phone number, Michaela. I'll make you buzz. And anyway, Willow, not sure we should get Michaela's motor running this early in the morning. I'm not sure you should do it while she's driving. That's the thing I'm into. Now, if she'll pull over the road, man, we can make this happen. And good Friday morning from Jessica Johnson. Mwah, darling, so glad you're here. Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you in Metropolis last week. You and Lonnie both. And don't forget the Heroes for Kids Facebook page out of Perryville, Missouri. It's a group of great cosplayers, on-model cosplayers, who will bring their amazing energy and life and vitality to your show. Plus, they sell a number of one-of-a-kind collector items that every geek will crave to own. And all the benefits go to the kids in the community. They are a great group. And also check out next year in July, the third Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. I plan to be there. Go anyway. This last year was 1,000,000,000% better than the year before, and the first one was amazing. So please check out that page and keep on top of that. And it's a good sales opportunity if you have something to sell. And Cryptid Crunch is on Back of the Cereal Box Network. Okay, Back of the Cereal Box Network. My apologies. I apologize to you and to John B. Pica. JohnPica.com. Check him out. But that's right. I just associate you with the Hanging with Web Show network so much. So anyway, it's good to see you moonlighting. And Doris Jones, Labor of Love. Mwah, Dory, good to see you. Hope you're having a great morning. It's such a pleasure. And wow, interesting HoloCon. Wonder what Ron has planned for our glorious holiday too. Haven't been keeping up with my peeps as needed. Well, Sarah, it's tough to keep. You have so many friends like I do. It's tough to stalk them all properly. Ron and I are going to be doing a convention in October in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Horror con up there. I'm looking forward to that. DeadCon is the name of it. But if you subscribe to my newsletter, you'd know this stuff. All of you. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a really, really good time. Jasper Burke is putting that on. A terrific creator. And not much else I can tell you, but do a looky-see on that, on the googly thing, and use your wordy bits and find out what it's about. It's going to be a fun time. It's at a really nice venue, only a couple hours away from me, so I don't have to overnight it. It saves on the expenses. It's cheaper to drive each way, so, and it's a good way to decompress at the end of the day. But anyway, please check it out. But yeah, and I've got a book, Ron. We had a great, clever title pending last year. I've got to book him so that we can have the same kind of fun. I got to get in touch with that boy. I really do. But anyway, please check out Master Ron Fitzgerald, the master of dark, sticky fun. at fitzgeraldsrealm.com. And check out Amy Hale. She's got great books, and she's a wonderful person. I loved seeing you last weekend. Mwah! Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Amy. AmyHale.com, AuthorAmyHale.com, Author Amy Hale on Facebook, and also Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook. Check them all out. And back in the cereal box, hey there, friends and folks. John B. Pica. Sorry I miscredited your great new show, Cryptid Crunch, earlier. I have only had 2/3 of a cup of coffee. And my brain hasn't fired up yet. Anyway, love you, John. And it was good seeing you, man. Seriously, it was good seeing you and meeting Dee. Had a great time. Jake Twister. Yes, I know. Take my money. And Jeffrey Hayes, happy Friday. Yay. Hope everyone is gearing up for a great weekend. Make it so and make it so with plasmafiregraphics.com when the look of your book matters to you. Good to see you, Jeffrey. Hope you're having a great day. Looking forward to the weekend with the rest of us. And Will Schuyler, I'll be on tomorrow afternoon for Reels and Heels. Topic will be misogyny in sports and fandom. Wow. It's going to be a 12-hour episode, man, just from my... I can tell, man, that's going to be epic. Because there's plenty of it in both. You probably know. Damien Waldron says, I look away for 5 minutes and things get kinky. Yeah. I'm on the air. That's why, Damien. And the artwork of Bill Sarn says, I want to thank Dan Holofield for taking the reins last night on Stupid O'Clock for Joe McKeel and to Carl Witzman for popping in on both shows and making them more like the Green Room without Facebook shutting us down. Has the Green Room been shut down by Facebook? It would not astound me at all. And hello, gorgeous. Keep rocking it. Thank you. Anyway, Jake Twitter, never mind the fetish more. Some mornings. And I am trying to clean up the show to a degree. I'm personally trying not to be as naughty as usual. In fact, one of my hashtags for my SEOs, I should say, was naughty conversation. But I am finding that people don't appreciate it as much as the people involved in the conversation. So I'm out of deference. And I did run a little test in my newsletter this month. There's subtle ways. See, I'm taking hints from the big boys about how to do audience marketing without the audience knowing it. And in my newsletter, I always put in what has turned into 2 secret links that I tell you exactly where they are. So it's not really subtle. But anyway, I put in one and I made one a warning that it was not safe for work because it did have some bad language. It was a Jenna Morisi video that I thought was brilliant and needed to be shared with my audience. Well, that video got clicked on far less than the other video, which was far more mainstream and had no dirty words in it. Jenna likes to swear, like I do when I'm not on the air. And I do let one loose occasionally by accident. I don't mean to. So I'm deliberately trying to, a little innuendo, no problems all day long. We can do innuendo. But when we start naming body parts with the non-scientific terms, boobies is okay. But Christian, don't start. But when somebody refers to the female reproductive area in feline terms, then we've got to cut it off right there. So anyway, we're just trying to make the show a little more family friendly, but we're still edgy. We still trying to be edgy. Anyway, Sarah says, yeah, Carl, caught a touch of a bug too. Must be going around. Well, it's probably this changing weather, and also the smoke cloud probably helped no one. I know Brian Rodman has been suffering. Of course, he's got a serious case of asthma. We shouldn't be joking about it, but we do. A case of asthma, and he's probably healing up this morning. And I tried hugging myself once, but I got handsy and things got out of control. Carl Witzman, I know what you mean, and I swear to God, I wasn't doing what you were thinking. I was just cleaning it, and it went off. And Grant Lankert says, "Good morning, ladies and germs." Sarah is definitely a popular lady. She is the belle of the ball. We love Sarah. We have a number of ladies here who we adore, and she is among them. And when you use the PITA abbreviation, I thought of pita bread. All sorts of jokes can come from that. Sarah, we'll talk about that later in private. And that just flashed on one, and it's no. I hope everybody is having a great morning. Grant, we hope you and Angie are having one too. It's good to see you here as always. Back in the cereal box, I've got temptation this morning, feeling very deflated and tempted to throw in the towel. Okay, I want everyone to work on John this morning. But John, we all get that way, and I know you get that way too. There is a distinct link between creative people and depression, because we all want to be rewarded for our creative efforts, and creativity is very hard to get people to look at, because we always should know that whatever we do is not everybody's cup of tea. I mean, not everybody, I'd be monetized by now if I was everyone's cup of tea. And it reassures me for humanity that I'm not. But anyway, John, you are so creative, and you've got so many irons in the fire, and you do them all so incredibly well that, man, I'm proud of you. And you're one of the people I want to emulate. Seriously, your success is because of your hard work and your creativity. And it's okay to feel down every now and then. I'm not going to tell you, well, stop being depressed, because that malarkey doesn't work. But I will tell you that you inspire a lot of people, John. A lot of people watch you, and a lot of people care about you. And I'm one of them, man. I can't say that enough. And I'm glad we're friends. And I don't know what triggered the depression, and it's not my business. But just know that as Les Brown says, trouble does not come to stay; it has come to pass. This will pass soon, John. Don't give up, man. Don't give up. And besides, if nothing else, hashtag fueled by spite. You and I know that we've got people that don't like us. We've got mutual people that don't like us, and there are people that look at your success, the things that you have earned because of your work and because of your heart and your creativity, and they don't get it. They just don't get it. I live to bewilder those people. So, John, if nothing else, don't give up the race now. Don't stop. You've got this, and it will pass. Have a good lunch. Do something nice for yourself today, because we don't pay ourselves first enough. And know that I love you. And if you need to talk, man, you know where I'm at. All right. We love you, John. I love you. And that's all the world needs to know. And have a safe trip. Have a safe trip, Rick. Hope all goes well. I almost said have a safe trick, Rip. But anyway, Amy Hill, I echo Amy's sentiments. Please keep us posted. All right, Rick. And Carl says, Willow Scouter, you need boundaries for the Hans Anderson sisters. He does. They were playing Maypole. And let's see. And I'm not. We can't tell when we can't see her smile, okay? And good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. 'Tis Friday, the day when all of our dreams come true. And Brian Robin, glad to see you, man. Seriously, I know it's you. The Facebook interface has not been friendly lately, so I have to guess who's talking to me. But I know you, brother. I know you. It's Friday. 'Tis Friday, the day where all our dreams come true, and we live as though we are vagabonds in heat. Roof. Get the weekend started well, my friends. Hey, I hope you and Robin have a super weekend. And thank you for last night, man. Something you probably hear a lot. You and Eric and Clyde were amazing, as always, on Comic Book Spectrum. That is a fun show. I love that show. I look forward to that show as much as I do the others. And it comes out good, mostly because of those guys. And Grant Lankard has a question for comic creators. Do you think working in multiple styles or genres diminishes your brand? It didn't hurt Gardner Fox, didn't hurt Stan Lee, didn't hurt Roy Thomas, didn't hurt Gary Friedrich, didn't hurt John Broome, didn't hurt Jerry Siegel, hasn't hurt me, didn't hurt John Ostrander, didn't hurt Len Wein, didn't hurt Marv Wolfman, didn't hurt Jim Shooter, didn't hurt David Michelini, didn't hurt Paul Levitz, didn't hurt Paul Kupperberg. There's your answer. I don't think it does. And especially if you have aspirations of working for others, which I know we have discussed that you do. Although I think once you go independent, man, it's going to ruin you for working for other people. Look what it's done to me. As you well know, I'm Grant's problem child on his current project. Anyway, um, there was a time when people, particularly in comics, had to take whatever work was available. Because you see, the thing is, you get asked to do something, and sometimes if you stop saying, you keep saying no long enough, they stop inviting you to the party. In fact, I have lost work because people know how busy and popular I am. Well, sort of popular in my own little circle. And yes, I do know we are running up on the world's worst package reveal. We're getting to that soon. But anyway, Grant, I don't think it hurts you at all. If anything, I think it helps you because yeah, you think of horror and you think of Stephen King and novel writing, but he wrote more than that. He's written fantasy. He's written hard-boiled crime drama. So he's not a one-trick pony. I think it does well to show your versatility. I'll be very candid. I have a proposal into somebody for a regular romance comic, not fantasy romance, not parody romance, a regular romance comic. I have and I am optimistic. But part of the reason they want to read it is because they know I can write so many other things. I can write pulp, I can write superheroes, I can write horror. And Grant's going, no, you can't. Anyway, so I don't think it diminishes your brand at all. I think what will separate you is 3 things I learned from the late Neil Posner, who used to work for DC Comics. To break in anywhere, that you have to have 3 qualities. 1, you have to have the talent. You have to have the skill to do the work. 2, you have to be able to make deadlines. If somebody gives you a deadline, you make it. All right. Or at least keep in contact so that they know they don't have to worry about you. And 3, you should be a good person. All right. And that's helped me. I've tried to be a good person. But I think that's what really will help you. And just keep promoting your brand. And also let people know you know how to promote. I get a lot of work because of that too. So anyway, let's do a couple more and then we'll do the package reveal. Sarah, dear Lord, my phone goes insane when Messenger is installed. Yikes, author Michaela Jade is a brave one to have it installed. Holy crap. Yeah, mine too. I've had to finally take out notifications on my phone because it was sounding like a marital aid some days. And how many people are old enough to remember that term, right? And it's, especially if you leave it like on a hardwood table, it sounds like a herd of beavers trying to build a dam. I'm telling you, without the splashing. So I don't have notifications for a lot of my programs on my iPad or my phone. Grant Lankert says, I have an idea for a crime comic with lots of swearing, sex, and violence and very unlikable characters. In other words, the opposite of Beowulf. Should I pursue it? Yes. Yes. Because that may be your genre, man. You don't know. I mean, look at somebody like, I think if nothing else, it'll show your versatility. Now, I choose not to write that sort of thing, but I've been in talks with somebody to publish something like that for a couple of years. So, but I say go for it. Go for it. I don't think you really hurt yourself as far as in the comics community. Now, your sales, it's going to be a little tougher marketing because people will go, oh, I love Beowulf. Well, what's this new crime comic that he's got? And, they have a heart attack, stroke, and you're in for lawsuits. But anyway, but I say go for it. Seriously. I mean, some of Stephen King's stuff is, I use him as, the pinnacle here. A lot of his stuff has some rough words in it. Mickey Spillane was notorious. He went from comic books to stuff that at the time was considered very risque. So go for it. Seriously. It probably will not hurt you. Just keep in mind that you're marketing to your core audience. Not all of them will dig what you're doing, but you may expand your horizons to bring in more people because people like hearing people say naughty words like poop. And I love my friends. That's because your friends love you, Michaela. I do too. And Grant Laker, not really. It shows how flexible, versatile you are. Thank you, Jake Twister. I agree completely with you. So, and now you tell me, Willow. And Grant Lankert says, Jake Twister, if you see the potential and the fun in it, go for it with an editor to really mine that diamond out. Thank you for mentioning editors. Because very few of us are at our best without them. And I say that with my experience. I love good editing. Grant did a good job on my script for him. He had some valid concerns, and I informed him when he was completely wrong. And Sarah, PM me for details. Ooh, this sounds good. And just like actors can be on different networks for shows, podcasters can share their talents around the internet. No, I agree, Willow. I agree completely. Because I'm trying to think. Like some of our people appear like on, the Back of the Cereal Box Network. We have a number of them that work with the Indie Volt Network, and we pop in on theirs too. So it's like we are not competitors. We are more like a family. We just live in different houses, that's all, but we support each other. And whoa, with you and Ron together, that's what I get for unplugging you with my email. So I haven't seen the newsletter. Whoops. Well, hopefully it's in your mailbox, so check it out. And Grant says, Carl Wisman, I usually write humor, psychology, and tech how-to books, but I recently wrote a scary book. People liked it. They may not buy all my books, but I've got something to appeal to different folk. Well, yeah, and I'll use myself. I've got Skyman, which is superhero pulp. I've got Volcano, which is superhero contemporary fantasy. I've got the Legends of the Haunting Scripts of Bachelors Grove, which is part how-to, part memoir, and part fiction. Plus, I write stuff for pulps. I write for other people. I've written horror. I've written all this stuff. And I'm about to do, and you saw, I wrote a horror romance, Grant. It didn't turn it, knowing that I do these different things didn't turn you off, did it, Grant? Or did you think, ooh, I'm getting this experienced writer? So anyway, very good comment, Carl. Thank you. And thank you everyone who has talked to Grant about this. And we will pick this up because I promised you guys something. And we just had a comment dump. And I see Skunk Rocker. We'll get to you, Skunk. We'll get to you. But we have to have the world's worst package reveal. Package reveals are fun. I love them too. And that's when someone sends you a package and you open it live on the air. And I did that earlier this week with Bobby Nash's package to me. And thank you again, Bobby, 1,000-fold. And your stuff will be heading your way soon. Actually, you should be getting it real damn soon. But anyway, I got a package yesterday. I've been really waiting for this. I have been wanting this. And I've been fighting desperately the fanboy urge. What's taking so long? What's taking so long? This was an Indiegogo campaign for Indie Volt Revolt, a book that was rewarding its supporters with more comic art. And this was a case where Randy said, I'd have asked you to do something, but I know how busy you are. I'm like, Randy, you ask me. I'll make time for stuff I want to do. So I got my package yesterday, and I thought, oh, man, this will make a great reveal. And I thought, man, it's sitting there. Man, that's heavy. That's a heavy book. That's a heavy package there. So I went and opened it. Now, sometimes I'll score these things to get in it easily. I can really get in it easy now. So anyway, this is what I got from Indie Volt Revolt. And it came, of course, in a Gemini mailer, which is, of course, is the gold standard now for mailing comic books. And you'll understand why once you get a package from. Now I tried to recreate this and it did not work. Oh, now it's going in. But anyway, they wrapped it in bubble wrap and taped the bubble wrap so it could not come out. I, of course, cut it. Now we are doing the reveal. And everybody's going, Brian, this sucks. You suck. But anyway, wait till you see what's in here. Now, I pledged to get both editions, the covers of Indie Volt Revolt. Now I'm going to pull one here. And here we have Daphne Lage. Beautiful cover. I'll take it out of here to take it there we go. Always take the tape off or take it out completely. But anyway, this is the beautiful Daphne Lage's beautiful cover. And I think that's glorious. And then on the flip side is Russ Leach. Only Death Can Save Us. Look at that line work. Look at that smooth, clean line work. Huh? Isn't that gorgeous? And this is a flip book. And look how thick this thing is. Look how thick this thing is. I mean, here's a standard comic in the board. Look at that. There's about 130, 140 pages in here. And I'm going to shout out some names that might be familiar to you guys, such as, Ralph Griffith, Stuart Karen, Mark Bloodworth, and Vince Locke, who worked with Randy on some previous projects at Arrow and Caliber. Marv V, Jake Twister, Jake Twister's in here, my man. And with Detective Ted Tea Party for Two. I'm looking forward to reading that, my man. James Eric Hodson, The Secret Origin of the Dreaded Dinosaur Man. Plus Meredith Walgren, C. Michael Lanning and Nita Lanning of Ragin. Check that channel. Also Russ Leach with Only Death Can Save Us. J.D. Calderon and on Oswald Chronicles. Randy Zimmerman with Spank the Monkey. Yes, it's not just for breakfast anymore. And then on the flip side of this, see, it's a flip book. Let's see, people I know: J.D. Calderon, Daphne Lage, Randy Zimmerman, John Celestri has a story in here. Mark Darden, Luke Stone, Brian Dawson, and Glenn B. Fleming. And the artwork's in black and white. And oh my God, I'm just gonna flip through here. Look how. I know I'm not showing it off to its best regard, but I want to crack the spine on this thing. I want to crack it when I read it. Man, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That beautiful work. Oh, man. Good stuff. Now, that wasn't all. I also got a print from Daphne of her character there, a special print, which is absolutely wonderful. She's a great artist. And check her out on Sunday morning on Sunday Funnies. And as if that wasn't enough, and it isn't, we got the other covers. Let me just tear this open here. There we go. And make sure it doesn't stick. But look at these covers, huh? And I love this. I'm totes in love with that cover. In fact, I love all of them. But it's the same interior, but different covers. Covers by Russ Leach, Daphne Lage, Chris Sculf, and Kirk Jarvinen, who's worked for DC and Marvel, along with Jason Moore and Chris Hall. Good stuff. And look at that spine. So you can read the spine no matter which way you turn it. And then Randy was kind enough to send me some extra stuff, such as the new. It's going to be a smaller version of it, and I think it's a reprint of some of the work that's in the larger version, but it's called Indie Volt Revolt. All right, isn't that beautiful? Looking forward to that, reading that. And then Randy popped in some three comics that I only noticed yesterday, or I didn't notice till last night, that one of them had something special. Oswaso Taco House Funnies, Comics, Games, and Fun, and the first ever appearance of Black Belt Perez. We deliver no minimum order. I think this is one of his custom comics for one of his clients. But this is a Randy Zimmerman product here. It's comics with extra cheese, and who couldn't use that? And then we're going to flip this around. This is Nature Superhero The Preservers with a beautiful, beautiful cover by Randy Zimmerman. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that nice? Yeah, from Four Mark Comics Group. And then this is another book that's coming out from Arrow Comics, signed by Mr. Zimmerman himself. And that's Herobot Zero, who's also in Indie Volt Revolt. And it begins here, Incredible Tales of the Mighty Might of Might. And look how beautifully designed and colored this book is. You see so many books that are just blah in design, but Randy has got such a great eye. Look at that, how that all frames the main character there, and how the background color makes the foreground character pop, and the logo. And that's a beautiful logo too. You can see that thing across the room. And that's the kind of logo your comic should have. But anyway, I'm looking forward to reading this. And that was my package reveal. So keep an eye on Arrow Comics 4.0. They have got a Facebook page. Please sign up for it. And please keep checking out the Indie Volt family of broadcasts, because they will keep you posted on that. And especially Sunday Funnies, which will have, of course, hosted by Randy Zimmerman and Daphne Lage and Varian Grant. And it's always a good time. And sometimes I pop up on there, too, every now and then. So check it out. It looks something like this.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
If you want to check out one of the shows that inspired comic book spectrum, that is it. A positive view of comics, both indie and otherwise, and just looking for fun in books. So that's one of the shows that inspired me to work up comic book spectrum, and it's kind of fun. It's a lot of fun. Randy and Daphne and Varian do a great job on that show, and I love being there, and I hope to come back soon. And Michaela Jade says this Saturday, that's right, tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I will be at QuadCon at the Crown Plaza Hotel, Springfield, Illinois. I'm sorry I can't make that. Oh, I am so sorry. But yeah, that's a beautiful place, Michaela. You're gonna love it. And that's a great venue. And QuadCon is a great show. And please, if you're in the Springfield, Illinois area, please see Michaela. All right, she is wonderful. And Grant Lacker says thanks for your feedback, Jake, and thank you too, Carl. You've been extra helpful lately. And Jake acknowledges it, and Carl is astonished. I was helpful. Don't be spreading nasty rumors around. Now everyone will want some. Now I will just tell everybody what I know about you, Carl. You're safe now. And Johnny, we need you. You throw in the towel, says Willow Schuyler. I will go down to Nashville and sing the worst cover of Elvis tunes I can muster up. I'll tell you what, I'll do one better. I'll dress up as Harley Quinn and steal all his thunder. And Damian Waldron says boobies are always okay. Ask any guy. And Christian Basil, I'm going to be this one's safe. All right. And catch YouTube. The Legend of Traveling TARDIS is coming Tuesday, 6 p.m. for a topic I haven't thought of yet for the title. I can't think of for the episode. Now I'm brainstorming, but yeah, it should happen. Tuesday at 6 p.m. Hey, can my NVMs Nevermind firm or think of one for me? 2 doctors, 1 cup. You're welcome. Anyway, and Christian, boobies are okay. You can say that. And nice to know the boundaries of the naughty talk, no doubt. What? I'm popular, says Sarah. Sarah, good to know. Well, you're good to know, darling. And Grant Lackard says we had a heckler on our Sandman streaming show last night. Apparently, he also does a Sandman recap and does not like that we occasionally discuss liberal viewpoints. Well, poop on him. It's not like, that's the one thing. I see this kind of territorialism in broadcasting and in indie comics. For instance, Eric Hawkins and I, we've been working on something. It's been a few years. We are planning to get back to it. But we did a version of Nature Boy created by Jerry Siegel and John Buscema that was printed by Charlton back in the mid-'50s. And we've worked on the character before. Well, someone at the time we were doing this for a now defunct company that I had somebody else was doing an updated version of Nature Boy, and it was grim and gritty. And we had several people, not the creator of this other comic, to his credit, but we had some of his supporters. They emailed me and said, you can't do that. We're doing Nature Boy. You can't do Nature Boy. And I told them I can do my Nature Boy all I want. Mine's based on the original. I don't know what yours is based on. But, there's this idea that, especially for public domain characters, you can't do Black Terror because someone else is doing it. Screw you. So, and if they don't like your viewpoint, there's this lovely little thing where they can just tune out. They can click that little tab, that little X on that tab, and they can leave your broadcast. And that's what I'd encourage them to do. Or if they can discuss how they disagree in a civil manner, then that makes for good shows because you're airing both point and counterpoint there. Civil discussion is always welcome. That's one of the cornerstones of our American society. But if they get bent out of shape about talking about your politics, then wish them a good life and get them the hell out of there. And so anyway, Jake Twister says hard decisions pay more than easy decisions. I'm there now too. Keep at it, back of the cereal box. Yeah, that's it. And Jake, that's a good point. We all get challenged in this thing. Do I feel like giving up some days? Oh, hell yeah. I have quit more times than you can all possibly know that I could tell you. But then I see something you guys do. And whether it's Michaela or Amy or Carl or John or anyone, and it's like all of a sudden I'm fired up because I want to stay at the table. The thing is, creativity is a place where you cannot rest on your laurels. If you can, good for you. But it's not like, I see a number of people who haven't produced things in years, and then they're astonished why they don't get the same sort. They aren't treated with the same sort of gravitas that others are that are currently creating. It's one thing if you're like a legendary character, like a Fred Astaire or a John Wayne or a Zsa Zsa Gabor, whatever. You've got a legacy that will sustain you in later years. But at everyone's level here, you got to create. I mean, yeah, people acknowledge that you once did great work, or you did work, period. But I have people that haven't produced things in years saying, well, how come you are a guest at this convention and I'm not? Can you tell them to make me a guest? And it's like, no, I can't command someone to make you a guest because it's not my show. And two, you've got to earn your place at the table. And I've told my Rising Tide peeps that a lot. Lynn Shively, Willow Schuyler, everyone here that, I want to earn my place at the table. I will do what I do partly because of me, but partly because I also want to keep I want to be able to earn my place beside them. When we go out to dinner, I don't want to be that guy that's just clinging on to, what my past accomplishments were. I want to be able to say, okay, I'm in the trenches with you. And yeah, it's not easy. That's why not everyone does this. That's why there's not as many books as there could be. There's not why there's as many good comics as there could be, because a lot of people just don't have the moxie to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and keep going when it's difficult. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and endurance counts. So yeah, hard decisions pay more than easy decisions. Never take the easy way. You can always take the easier way, but never take the easy way, because it's those amazing challenges you give yourself that take you to the next level. Am I wrong or am I right? I want to hear from you. Grant Lanker said our host stole his idea and threatened to sue for plagiarism because apparently it's impossible to come up with the idea to do a recap show for one of the most popular comics of all time. Oh, yeah. Well, this guy, I'd be interested in this guy's, if you could PM me his name, the name of his channel, I think someone deserves. I want to check out this idiot. Yeah, that's the one thing. It's like there's plenty of room for broadcasters, especially folks that do things differently. And it's, and neither of you are the first to have done something like this, let alone with Sandman. But you're doing it your own way. That's what makes it unique, Grant. You and Angie, that's what makes your show work above anyone else's. See? And his weird point of view may make his show work. But you good luck with it. Don't worry about plagiarism. Plagiarism is very difficult to prove. One, they'd have to prove that you had access to his show, which you do, that you have watched his show, and that there are parts of your shows that are identical. And if you're doing it from a liberal point of view, he's doing it from a conservative, then I wouldn't worry about it. It's like this one broadcaster. I watch a lot of these Sovsit shows, and one of the people that make fun of them are, which I approve of, is a guy named Schrodinger's cat, and one of the sovereign citizens. Look it up on Wikipedia. You'll be horrified. Basically, sovereign citizens are the #1 domestic terrorist group in America, and I'm not joking. But anyway, this one who fancies himself an internet lawyer. In fact, he did a video where I saw the video last night where he's saying, "Don't call a lawyer, call me. I'm better than them." And anyway, he said he was going to destroy this one channel called Schrodinger's Cat and take him to court and take everything he owned. And Schrodinger's Cat, his reply was along the lines of, "Come and get me." So please don't worry about that, Grant. You're on safe ground. And Skunk Rocker, sorry I'm late, Nevermorian. Today's weird random factoid is brought to you by the Scenic City Invitational, a 2-night event tonight and tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. streaming live on IWTV. That is cool. We will read more of your stuff, Skunk. And Grant, that means you're doing something right and should continue with your show. Block him when you see him pop up and continue to do your thing. Definitely. And again, that's I'm kind of interested to see what he's doing, because I may need to block him too. He's probably the guy that's putting the thumbs down on this show. Anyway, yeah, seriously. And the fact is, you're getting a reaction, Grant. And if this guy is so petty and so small that he thinks you're stealing from him, then to him. And if he shows up again, yeah, definitely block him if he's trolling. But if he can discuss things in a civil manner, then encourage him, I say. And that's the thing. This show, there's lots of people who do this type of show, reading comments back and forth. And a lot of people do interview. I'm the first person to do an interview show with creatives. God knows, just in the group here, you can't spit without hitting one. I'm sorry for spitting. And we're not the only comic book commentary show, but each one is different because it's us. If you put somebody in this chair and we've seen when I have my fill-in people, Carl Witzman does a different show than this. He does the same show, but it's different because it's Carl. And when Jody McPhee has done it, or Ryan Permison, they've done the same show, but it's different because it's them. Your show is unique, Grant, because it's you. And you can't be plagiarized. You are unique. And Willow, thank you. That's a great comment. Love you, sweetheart. And Grant says, Carl Witzman, that is funny because someone at a craft show claimed to invent those scrunchies for washing pots. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I see people all the time say, well, I created that character long before that comic creator did. I don't know how they stole from me. Yeah, I'm sure it was. It's probably Mandela effect. Yeah, I'm sure. Scott Crocker says the interior set for the film Don't Breathe was based on a real house, the same one they filmed for the exteriors of, except for with dolly tracks and cranes to be able to get the constantly moving shots. By filming in this way, keeps the action alive when characters are very much trying to move as little as possible. That's very Skunk. I love your factoids, dude. Never stop. Seriously, never stop doing those things. I'm sure everyone else digs them too, but I love them. I really do. Grant Lankert says, I also had another heckler on a show I wasn't even on. I was just watching. It was a girl who I used to be friends with, but said one thing she didn't like on Twitter. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, they're finding you wherever you go. I pretty much invented blogging, but I'm not going to sue anyone. She says, Carl Witzman. Well, I invented broadcasting with a fez. Okay, I'm taking you to court if you do it with a fez, and it's her right to block me. But talking crap on shows about me is going too far. I agree. I totally agree. It's that's just at least for that reason. I mean, I'm not, I'm sure you didn't try to destroy a comic book company or anything, so or take it over. So except your own, which is only fair. But I would block her wherever you go. Joe Dog McKeel says, I have several people that don't like me. I love you, man. Many would rejoice in me giving up, so to spite them, I forge on. John, think of the haters and how mad your success makes them. So forge on and ruin their day. Sounds good to me. There's a number of people that don't care for me. And I'm sure the fact that I haven't been ended causes them endless misery. And this is not motivation for everybody. I don't recommend you all, do it just to get back at somebody. But keep it in the back of your mind that, if a man or a woman is judged by the enemies they make, Of course, I don't know if that works out because most of my enemies are pretty crappy people. Anyway, hey, Joe, dog, gonna send you a PM here in a little bit. Just respond at your own leisure. No rush, says the Skunk Rocker. Oh, yeah. And it's all about socializing. I guess that makes me popular. I don't know. Well, why not? People say hello to you. People love you. I love you. And I love Ryan Permison. Thank you for sharing, my man. And, okay. And from Joe Dog. And Ryan Permisson says, happy Friday, Nevermorians. How are you? I'm doing well. Good to hear. And I hope you have a great weekend, Ryan. Check out the latest episode of the podcast, Talking Movies, at Anchor FM, the episode 109. It's a good show. And Brian Hawkins says, since he's watching on Facebook, Brian R., I read The Golem Walks Among Us after CBS last night. Loved it. Looking forward to seeing what you think of it. Cool. I love seeing these horror titles we've been discussing on Comic Book Spectrum. That's exciting. I've read a lot of good stuff, and it's getting me back into the Mignolaverse again. I'm telling you that, because we are surrounded by Mike Mignola fans, the guy who created Hellboy. And Ryan Permisson asks you to subscribe to the Nerd Culture channel today for great nerdy content, featuring interviews, video games, trivia, and far more. And Willow Schuyler says, bullies just want to get a reaction from us. Don't allow them the pleasure of seeing that they got to you. If they're going to be in your mind all day, make them pay for the space, pay rent for the space they take up. Amen. I evict them as quickly as possible myself, Willow. And we do get hecklers. You've seen we do get trolls and hecklers on here. And I guarantee you're not going to see them under that name again, because I block them as quick as I can. I don't read all of the comments. I try to get as many viewers all as possible. Ryan Permisson, in case you missed it, check out the latest episode of Geek at Birth, featuring a review of the Animal Eye comic by Cindy Kep. Check it out there on YouTube. It's a great comic book, and we reviewed it also last night on Comic Book Spectrum. Please go back and look at the review. And poor Cindy says, probably why she's not here yet. She hates me for all the delays I made. And Grant Lankert, I can tell that BKM is a hopeless romantic. He infuses a bit of romance in most of his stories, even when he's writing horror. Well, that's something I think, I am a romantic. I tell people a cynic is a romantic who's had their heart broken once too often. And I'm a cynic too. But I am. It's like this morning, poor Cookie, who's got her arm cracked. Or her elbow rather. And we woke up this morning with the alarm, and we started smoochies. We started the day with smoochies and I love yous. So that is something my dear friend Dave Laker told me when I was getting married. Said always end and begin the day with I love you, and you'll get through it. And he's been married longer than I have. So anyway, and he's just as difficult to live with as I am, not more. I love Dave Laker. One time he went to the hospital, though, for a problem, and he was such a terrible patient. The nurses hated him, and I went back to visit him. I didn't know he'd been checked out, and I saw the nurses were having a party, and I said, what's the occasion? My friend left, and she goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I told Dave, and he was happy about that. So anyway, Dave, I love you. Anyway, summer reading recommendations. Send those things to Ryan Permisson. He's into paperback, so ebooks don't count. But definitely send him some good stuff to read, whether it's comic book like trade paperbacks or novels. So, and thank you for answering my questions on the Comic Book Spectrum last night. I learned a lot. Well, thank you, Ryan. I hope we did. We are enthused about our subjects, Ryan. Which is why sometimes you ask a question. It's like I keep saying about myself. You ask me what time it is, and I'll give you the history of clockmaking. We tried to be thorough, but there's a lot of angles to this too. I don't think there's just one angle. And I really thank everyone else chimed in on Ryan's question. If you want to find out what it is, please check out last night's Comic Book Spectrum issue number 24. It was good. And we love you too, Michaela Jade. Some of that for the biblical reasons. This is Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Okay. And summoning Ron Fitzgerald. He may still be in his crypt right now, Sarah, but if he shows up, we'd love it. Because we love the Master of the Dark and the Sticky here. And we just had, Cindy Kep is here. She forgives us. Okay. Anyway, big comment dump there. And spots are open for 2022 to be a guest on, and I quote, every Saturday at noon Eastern. We are live, but if we need to record, we can do that. We have friendly conversation to promote your projects. You can sign up at that Calendar address. It is a great show. I had a fantastic time when I was on earlier this year. So, do I hear someone coming up the steps? Do I hear sloshing? Always careful. I was getting screen captures. Anyway. Oh, honey, I didn't notice this at first. Oh, I'm glad I had it in the bag. Randy signed it.
Oh, nice.
I got plethora of comic books. The world's worst package reveal, too. Because I already opened up the package. And I knew it was in it. Well, I knew it was in it because I saw the address label. So...
Well, then you're just going to have to work on it.
I will.
People send him more stuff so he can improve his opening of packages.
You heard her. Send me your works. I will open it on the air. I will ooh and ah over it. Except you, Christian. I don't want your used undergarments. Thank you, honey. Yes. And thank you, Ted Davies, for the coffee. Anyway, check out Ryan Permison's show and get on it. And Grant Lankert says, yeah, exactly, Willow. I hate that I'm wasting time thinking about silly drama, but it did hurt my feelings. Social media drama reminds me of being in junior high again. No joke. No joke. And I've been running in the last couple of years. Well, you can't, if you're friends with them, I won't be friends with you. You've got to decide. I'm like, okay, I choose them. Automatically, I choose them. If you're going to be a crybaby about it. So, yeah. And I've done that with some very prominent people, so I don't care who it is. But yeah, it gets under your skin. You know, it's like being in retail. Like Willow, for instance, being the beautiful barista she is, barista S, whatever the terminology would be. She is, she can probably wait on 200-300 people a day, most of whom are like moderately polite, and maybe even a few are just extraordinarily kind to her. But it's always that one a-hole that runs through the drive-through that, hey, did the person in front of me pay for my coffee? Well, I'll go around again until somebody pays for my coffee, sort of thing. Make it now. Wait a second, this thing is 10 seconds old. I demand a fresh one. It's, anyone who thinks the customer is always right has never worked retail. So anyway, you got to work through it, Grant. And yeah, it annoys, but you'll find the more you get, the quicker the feeling dissipates. And at least you got their notice, and you got under their skin too. Don't forget that. They're probably now fuming revenge and are going to end you with their far inferior broadcast. Sarah says, who am I to PM for details? I only get to my Facebook messages when I'm alerted I need to. I don't blame you. And I knew it. Yeah, that's the reveal, brother. And I'm looking forward to reading your story, Jake. I really am. I can't wait to tear into this book. And no, we're not reading that Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Why do you misbehave on other people's shows when you never put up with that on your own? Everyone go to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS this coming Tuesday and make rude comments on there and see how much he likes it. Actually, no, don't do that, because I love Melanie Dean and she doesn't deserve to put up with that. And I do it too, Grant. Had a past bully pop up on a friend's comment section. I haven't heard of her in years. I was surprised she was still around. Willow Schuyler's said that, and she's probably astonished that the poison didn't take. Anyway, Sarah says, I love your package and Indie Oh my God, very nice package. Well, thank you, Sarah. I've been waiting to hear those words. And whoa, most awesome package. You other people shut up. I want to talk to her for a while. Anyway, Willow Schuyler, those colors are beautiful, aren't they though? Seriously, Randy is a master craftsman at comics. I mean, there's a reason he's been doing this like forever. And any one of these covers, who wouldn't want to publish a comic book and have that on there? I mean, these colors and the art itself just screams, purchase me. There's some super stuff in there. I have got a lot of great reading this weekend. And thank you again, Randy Zimmerman and Arrow Comics 4.0. Thank you to Varian Grant and Liberty Entertainment for getting these things out so swiftly. Very proud of you guys. I'm seriously proud of you guys. I talked to Randy briefly yesterday. I need to drop Varian a line. And currently working on a roadmap for Ted. It's getting there. Oh, cool. Cool, Jake. It's good to hear. And Sarah says, I'm itching for a copy and I can't buy things online yet. OMG, amazing. Oh, the Zim is awesomeness. That's sweet of him. That is. Randy's a great guy. He really is. I'm so glad we're friends. And the funny thing is, I've admired him for years. I bought all of his Arrow and Caliber and other independent stuff back in the days. In fact, I'm currently weeding out my collection. And occasionally I find things that, well, I'm done. It's time to let's find a new home. And I find Randy has lettered it or whatever. I found like some old Just Imagine comics, which were published out of Chicago a number of years ago. And not only is Randy in some of them, actually a gentleman by the name of Stan Timmons, he used to work for Rich Buckler, and he was a writer and artist, in the New York area for a while. That made his way back to Indiana. And he also works part-time at my local comic shop, Blue Moon Comics. And he's fun. He is a great guy. And I just want to interrogate him like a murder suspect. Joe Dog McKeel, okay, heading out. See y'all tonight in the green room. Joe Dog, we'll hope to see you there. I can't promise. I've got a publishing meeting I've got to attend tonight. And you take care of yourself, my man. Seriously, even if you're not around to hear this, if you already getting your rest, you take care of yourself, man. We need you. And everyone's saying they love him. They love him. And Damian Walburn says, I want to make a toy out of that robot. Contact Randy Zimmerman. I think he'd be open to it. Tell him I sent you. Okay, Damian? And Sarah doesn't sound like a cheap package to buy. I don't remember what I think I pledged $40 for it. But the thing was, all I pledged for was this. Okay? This was an add-on, I believe. And the other stuff was Randy just said, you know what? I've got some stuff in my basement. My wife would be grateful if I moved it out. And if I recognize your name on the mailing level, I'll try to slip in a couple things to you. And thank you, Randy. Thank you. And thank you, Cindy Cap. Happy Friday to you. Mwah! And Cindy got a review of her book, her great book, Animal Eye, last night. Cindy, I'm pleased you're still talking to us because we did drag it out. We did that deliberately because we couldn't resist. Because I'm a wacky impster. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, Cindy. I hope you're having a great Friday too, and hope you are better by then, Joe Dog. Yeah, and Randy Zimmerman, thank you. Love you like a brother, Fez, man. Thanks for the kind words, and hello, Nevermorians. Randy Zimmerman, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for your generosity and your incredible talent and gathering the talents that you did. I'm serious, folks. Stay tuned to the Indie Volt networks, and Randy, if there's a way they can pick this up. Oh, actually, ask your comic retailer to stock Indie Volt Revolt. Okay, and they can get it through the Liberty Entertainment distribution system. And Liberty Entertainment has some great pluses that other distributors don't, such as when you order a book from Liberty, you're not going to get it 2 months from now when it's published. You get it now because it is published and in their warehouses. They're huge warehouses. It's filling up rapidly with quality material. And anyway, all books come bagged and boarded and ready to go on the rack to be sold. So have your distributor please get in touch with Liberty Entertainment. All right. It's a great outfit. Barry and Grant, we're so proud of you. Randy, love you like a brother too. I seriously do, man. And Cindy Kep is looking out for us. God bless you, Cindy. Nazis get a slug to the mug in the original Skyman Battles the Master of Steam, available from us on smashwords.com. And Less Impossible Amazon reviews. That's the sort of thing I write, and I can teach you how to do it. We have a handy template inside there, and we tell you why your book reviews on Amazon are so freaking important to your favorite authors and why authors should be asking for it. It's Amazon Book Reviews Made Less Impossible, a reader's guide to rewarding authors. And you can check that out on Amazon and on Smashwords. Thank you, Cindy. And that's not a bad thing for Traveling TARDIS. Multiple Doctor episodes, good or bad. Yeah, Carl, I just read a Radio Times interview with Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor, who I loved. I loved his run on the Doctor. He was fantastic. I think he's one of the best actors to be in that role. All of them have been amazing, but his acting chops were just like just so emotional. Like you could tell he was a fan. He had thought about this for a long time. But he was asked by Radio Times about a potential appearance in the upcoming 60th 60th anniversary episode. We are in 2023 will be the 60th anniversary of the premiere of Doctor Who, and he said he wasn't up for that he didn't think the episodes worked, and he wasn't sure that he wanted to return to the role anyway, because he had figured it out in his head, because not figuring it out made the role exciting. But he was starting to figure out the Doctor, and that's when he knew he had to leave. which as an actor, I understand that. So, I admire people like Yul Brynner who can do The King and I for how many decades. But if you want new creative challenges, and it sounds like Capaldi is one of those kinds of actors, then that's what you do. But and it's disappointing because I'd love to see him back just one more time for an episode, or just even have his eyes pop in, just like in the 55th anniversary show. But we got that to look forward to. Unfortunately, we're going to lose Jodie Whittaker and showrunner Chris Chibnall. I've liked the Chibnall stuff. I'm not sure I've liked it as much as I have the previous two showrunners, but they've not been bad shows. And some of them, like Rosa, were incredible. That was one of the best historical shows I've ever seen on there. And I also like the new Master. He's just incredible. And Cindy Kepps, though, tells you if you haven't gotten the new Hybrids RPG, go get one at Amazon.com. And check out the work of Nicholas Anthony Tockert while you're there. While you're there at Amazon, check out the Nazi vampires that John B. Pica generates. He wrote Nightreich. It is a super, super read and beautiful cover, and it's John B. Pica, so it's going to be good. And Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, it's going to be good. Melanie Dean is awesome. Oh, hi, Christian. Anyway, check that out every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. on the Hanging with Web Show Network. And Dastardly Dingoes, you won him, you got him. Brian and Chad and Jeremy do one of the best podcasts on the air. I love that show. And don't be surprised if certain members of your friends pop up on that show too. And you want nerd culture, Ryan Permison has got it. Check him out on YouTube there. And if you love Amazonia like I love Amazonia, you got to check out the work of Joe D. McPhee. He's on YouTube from the desk of a small press publisher every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And it's always a great interview show, or if he doesn't have an interview, he does live drawing. He does comic reviews. He does everything well. And he is going to come back to Comic Book Spectrum. We are no later than the 30th episode, which means we've got 6 weeks to get ready for Joe D. McPhee. It'll be fun. He's always fun. He's a great guy. I love his work. I love him. And Neurosis has a new review. Amy Hale, that's great. Amy Hale's latest book, Neurosis. Please check it out. Available on Amazon or from author amyhale.com. And have you gotten your Warriors trilogy at QuadCon yet? Well, you got a chance this weekend in Springfield, Illinois at the as the previously mentioned post said. But also check it out. It's available on Amazon. The Warriors trilogy by Michaela Jade. She can really write. And poetry, so can Teresa Dunn. She can really write poetry. And check out both of her poetry books on Amazon as well. And this weekend, QuadCon, I can't be there, but lots of other folks are. But when Cindy Kemp is there, you definitely make a pathway to there. And CKOEPP.com for the best newsletter in the industry, bar none. And Dubuque Comic and Toy Show, the return of QuadCon, Five Flags Event Center, October 31st. She does get to be at the cons, our darling Cindy Kemp, hopefully with more dragons and books, and hopefully a lot more sales, my darling. And Halloween Comic and Toy Show, QuadCon, Des Moines, get to play at this one too. Cool. And the Indie Author Book Expo, September 25th in Omaha, Nebraska. You can catch Cindy and her dragons and her amigurumi there, because she's awesome. She really is. We love her. And hashtag pillow pants. I'm sure you knew that was going to be said. Oh, you said pillow pants. Okay, there we go. And tonight at 7 p.m. Central, the Historical Fencing Guild. Check out Nicholas Anthony Tockert. Got a great show. And will this be the week that his backdrop murders him live on the air? There's only one way to find out. Tune in. And I am the living man, says Jake Twister. Okay. And from Facebook users, the good morning all. Hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, you are loved. You are loved too, my friend. Hope you have an excellent weekend. And Pops Van Zandt, he talks comics. He talks comics a lot on his channels on YouTube. The Comic Madness with Pops Van Zandt. Also, Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt. And you want Hybrids, the Sons of Gods. You really do. It's a great comic book series. Check out Nick Tockert's role-playing game that accompanies it. You can get those at LukeStoneStudios.com. And More Than Powerful Stories, that's Bear Publications, the publisher of Animal Eye, the novel, and Animal Eye, the comic book. And Zombies in Oz, that is our own Eric S. Hawkins. And you can check it out on Comixology. Also, it's still in demand on Indiegogo. look it up. And Renmelian, we love to look up Renmelian. She is wonderful. She is talented. She's got great sense of humor. We love her dearly. And you can check out her creativity at renmelian.com, as well as Sarnart 76 for Bill Sarn's great artwork, vintage cartoonists, and fun materials. And don't forget to tip your hosts. Bring cookie home. Thank you. And thank you, Cindy. CKOEPP.com. Please write that down. CKOEPP.com. Check out her website. It's a beautiful website. Sign up for her newsletter. Only 19 days to go until the next one. I do look forward to it that much. It usually arrives when I need to have it. John B. Pica could use with an issue today, brother. Oh, we feel for you, John. Sending hugs and love, my man. But also check out, we go to Patreon and check out CKOEPP.com. We don't mention that enough. Cindy is sending out some really great writing on her new book, Freelance Words. And if you want to check out the adventure of Lance Words, that's where you're going to see it. And I've got to catch up on those. I've been so freaking busy lately. But anyway, Cindy is magical. She's amazing. And she's talented too. Please support her, okay? And Skunk is freaking awesome. I agree, Sarah. He really is. Will Schuyler says several shows touched on the current run of Masters of the Universe since it aired. And how many people credited reaction shows since The Talking Dead? No one owns the rights to do. Amen, Willow. Exactly right. And in fact, I think if you have a superior reaction show, I really don't like most of them, because most of them I'm watching like, they're obnoxious. Most of them are obnoxious. Most of them, I don't care what they think. But I do care about what Grant thinks. So definitely, Grant, promote that show on here, will you? Damn it. Anyway, Michaela J says, yes, every day I try to be better than I was yesterday. There is no let up. I never let off the gas pedal. Exactly. That's why you're going to come home. You are going to come home. And the artwork of Bill Sarn says, join the Far Out and Groovy Kids by clicking on Sarnart 76 on Facebook for better days from yesteryear. My snazzy, jazzy sketches and other gratifying goodies will tickle your innards and warm your heart. Plus, my artwork is always available for purchase safe and securely through PayPal. So hit that follow button on the artwork of Bill Sarn, where everything old is new again. You'll be glad you did. Hey, Jake Lindsay, Christian and Lucius, Jake Lindsay, good morning. Grant, the best thing to do is think WWJD when they treat you like that. Yeah. And patreon.com. See, I told you, /CKOEPP.com to catch up with Proxygen Press Freelance Words. Then get ready for Trouble is for the Birds. Bird Mama there is speaking to you. Definitely check it out. And note to self, add Fez hat to Skunk VTube avatar. It's funny, Skunk. I had somebody who was actually trying to emulate me in many ways. And my first comment is always aim higher. And he said, well, I want to start a show just like yours. Should I wear a fez too? It ain't the fez, it's what's under it. You got to find your voice on here. And it doesn't matter that I wear a fez. It's just part of my branding. People know the fez, as opposed to people don't know you at all. And Ted Davies Artistry, I live in the sunshine. Why would I allow a tree that has never bared fruit cast shade on me? Just saying, John, and all who are frustrated. Love you, Ted. Love you, Ted. Love your coffee, too, by the way. Drinking it this morning. Don't remember which one it was, but it's really, really good. It's good stuff. And anyway, Ted, we're glad you're here. Ted's taking a little well-deserved hiatus right now. But I believe this coming Wednesday, he and Glenn B. Fleming will have a brand new episode of The Truth Mongers. So check out Ted Davies Artistry and please subscribe, because he's amazing. And he does good work. He's doing a lot of stuff. And let's see. And you should add a fez, Skunk. Well, Carl's rocking the fez. Spend more on your fez than I did mine, though. I actually have a show fez that's actually nicer, and I spent twice as much as I did on this. So here we go. The artwork of Bill Sarn. Set your alarm for Stupid O'Clock with host Joe McKeel Saturday night at 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, where more people listen, I'm sure. And stay up with the Night Owls for Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing afterwards. Join us for some fun, and you may learn something before it's done. Don't scare them away like that, Bill Sarn. And I see you're becoming a regular on there. Good for you, my man. You need to, seriously, you're a good broadcaster. You really need to to let your voice be heard. And Jake Twister, I gotta have my Hellboy sulfur. I'm with you. I'm with you. Hey Ted, he speaks from his vacation. Yeah, Carl is how bad does his vacation go when he's coming here to relax? I'm telling you. Anyway, Cindy Cap says, and I'm out of break for way too soon. Catch up with you all later. In the meantime, the Zon has Ursula 2 Into the Open and Condemned Career on sale. Go grab one. I say go grab them both. They're both by Cindy Cap, so you know they're going to be excellent books. Cindy, mwah, thank you, seriously, for all you do. Thank you for putting up with our shenanigans last night, and we hope you liked your review. And we all meant it. You are loved. Let me get my hands in the right position. You are so loved, Cindy. You really are. We love you. And you have a great weekend. And yeah, coffee, Ted Davies Artistry. It's the lubricant upon which the gears of creativity grind, brother. I don't remember which one this is. Oh, and that Michigan cherry was amazing. Thank you so much. And now everyone knows I work for coffee. Anyway, tune into the Drunken Rant tonight to hear how Uncle Carl deals with Debbie Downers on the interwebs. Ooh. I hope I can get there for that. Like I said, I've got a late editorial meeting. A Legend of Traveling TARDIS says, haters mean only one thing. You've made it. I let one get to me where I went to a dark, dark place. Don't let them. Your success is their failure. Bullies only have one source of power, your attention. The more attention you give, the more power they have over you. You're better than they are. Keep going, keep winning. Exactly, Christian Basil. I agree with you completely, my brother. And the one-armed coffee bringer is in the room. Yeah, we're having a race right now since we haven't heard from the orthopedic surgeon yet. Will that thing heal up before we hear from him? And Sarah laughs at me about Ron being in his crypt. I'm not fully awake yet either. Sarah, you stayed up all night. Don't lie to us, okay? You're our favorite goth vamp girl. And customer rights and customer entitlement is entangled most of the time. Jake Twister, seriously, that is so true. Yeah, and I used to work in Office Depot, and I ran the print section. And a lot of people come in and go, well, how much of a discount can you give me? And we priced it out. A lot of the stores price each other so that they're in the same neighborhood. As far as their pricing goes, and this isn't just in print; it's also in computers, supplies. It's like the gas stations. Also, they keep an eye on other one or two gas stations, and when they change their prices, then this place changes their price up or down accordingly. Little known retail fact. But yeah, we always had people come, well, what kind of discount can you give me? And our policy was not to give a discount because we already had the lowest prices. And I always said that the people in my opinion, the people who ask for discounts don't deserve it, and the people who deserve it don't ask for discounts. So, in fact, the one time I swore one of many times, but the one time I seriously swore at my store manager, he had given someone a discount, and it was a job. See, I wouldn't have minded giving a slight discount on the printing because I can just put it in the machine, program it, walk away. But things like folding at the time was a hand-done job. Shut up, Christian. Or stapling. We didn't have not all the machines had automatic stapling or custom stapling, as was sometimes the case. And my store manager had someone who was a terrible customer. In fact, he was very hard to deal with. And the customer had browbeat my manager into giving him a free stapling and folding on a newsletter. And I was so furious because I just told the guy, you don't get a discount on everything. I tell him that every month. You don't get a discount on this. And then he went over to the manager, and the manager said, Brian, give this man free stapling and free folding. And I told the customer, I said, you wait right here, you SOB. And I spelled it out. Then I went over to the manager, and in front of a dozen different people, I called him a 12-letter word. And I told him, that you are violating company policy, and I have half a mind to turn you into the district manager right now. And he's like, Brian, go into the break room and have some coffee. Yeah, I drank it back then too. Go have some coffee and calm down. I said, no, I'm mad right now, and you're going to hear about it. I let him have it with both barrels. I said, you do not give a discount on anything, that involves physical effort. If it's a machine, you can talk about it, and I'd appreciate if you talk about it with me because I am the head of that section, and you'll show me the respect I deserve. I don't care that I'm lower on the food chain here than you are, but if you do it again, I'll walk. And I went back to the customer, and he heard me do that, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I asked for it." And I said, "Well, you're asking for it, all right. Don't you ever bring your stuff back in here, because I'm going to tell everyone about this, and you're not getting waited on." And even if the manager says so, because if anyone does, I'll fire them. And he was like, "Well, I'm sorry." I said, "You just get out of here. Come back in 2 hours. Don't be here. In fact, come back after 5. I'm gone by then. I don't want to look at you ever again." And I didn't. But the thing is, when you do stupid things like that, be prepared to lose your job. And I think it speaks badly of management that they never fired me. And then again, there's the water company that fired me despite the fact I was doing my job. Be independent, people. Rick Bradley says, "Grant, I would just take comfort in the huge impact you had on their life, that they still feel the need to be an ass to you." Yes. And definitely so. And Brian Hawkins says, "The customer is always right. LOL. Feels like 90% of the time the customer is a moron." Yeah. And Sarah says, "I definitely police my viewing on Facebook, but I also don't have a show requiring me to use it." We can talk. You want to be part of the network, sweetie? And did BKM just tell us to stop chatting? Bring it. I'm not afraid of it, like some people. March 2nd, 2021. And we won't mention Christian's name on here to embarrass him. And yesterday, Zim rang his bell and made me jump because I was writing. Then he rang it twice just for me. It was hysterical. Well, ding, ding, ding. Sarah. And Randy Zimmerman, flattery is always appreciated, especially when I'm off camera so you can't see my red face. Thanks again. Knowing I made you blush, Randy, makes the whole day worth it. Hey, Randy, I also found something in a comic I was going to get rid of, but I decided to keep it. I can't remember the name of it now, but there's a picture of you in there at a convention. If nothing else, I'm going to scan it and send it to you. I can't remember the name. It only lasted 4 issues, but I ran across it yesterday when I was policing the collection. Putting new comics in their places, and I'm like, I was going to get rid of it until I saw that picture. I'm like, that's my buddy Randy. I'm gonna find it again and send that to you, Randy. But anyway, again, thank you, man. Thank you sincerely for this wonderful, wonderful package, and thank you for Indie Volt Revolt. I think you and Arrow 4.0 are going to make a huge impact in the indie creator market, and you guys are well on your way to becoming the gold standard at all levels of this industry for what you and all of your creative cohorts have done. And I hope to be in there one day. I really do. And it's so cool to get surprises and packages. It is. And Randy, thank you for signing that comic too. That was so kind of you. It really was. And Christian Illusionist Jake Lindsay says, "I'm going to do the craziest thing ever. I just bought a trick that uses 11. Yes, 11 people on stage at the same time for the trick. Good. That's cool. Multiple beheadings. I think that's fun. Anyway, Scott Cracker says, "I just got an email from Google about my Google Maps timeline where I can see statistics about how much I've driven in the past month. All the locations I visited in July make a crescent moon shape." Is that going to be like the next clue on like CSI shows? Well, we managed to tap into his Google account and his travels form a half moon pattern. Like the old thing where they used to stick the pins in a map to see where all the killings, and they spell out the Gettysburg Address in Latin, sort of thing. And Illuminati confirmed. Yes, definitely Illuminati confirmed. And you might want to show up one of these times for the Truth Mongers with Ted Davies and Glenn B. Fleming, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Time. And hi there, Randy Zimmerman. Such a good person. He is. He's amazing. And Carl Witzman's going downstairs to feed the poor sicky girl. Donna, we love you. If you watch this later, please get well. We need you. Scott Carker says, "I can't remember who it was. Somebody said that they were writing a story, and whenever they knew where the plot was going, they'd stop writing that part of the story." Well, sometimes I do that with my own. I do use an outline 99% of the time. And when I start realizing I'm acting predictably, I sometimes change it up just to give myself a challenge and to make the story work better. So I think so. Anyway, the twists are good. And Jake Twister, speaking of work, gotta go. See you, Jake. Thank you for being here, my man. Thank you for last night. And Pardon me. Hope you have a great weekend, my friend. Hope you have a great weekend, Jake. And Scott Crocker says, then they would proceed to write a different scene in the story at a different time. This way, if the author doesn't know what's going on, then the audience would be surprised. Exactly. I'm not 100% sure, the Skunk Crocker continues, how said author connected all the scenes together to make it work as a cohesive story, but I guess more power to them for figuring it out. But that's sort of like what Capaldi was doing, and I find that very fascinating. I do too. That's why I think it would be tough to write, like, say, a James Bond film or like a Hong Kong action film, or even, dare we say it, dino porn, because it's coming back, folks. It is coming back. But and Sarah's squealing with delight. I can just hear her now and clapping her little hands. But anyway, because a lot of these things are built around the stunts or the pertinent moments, shall we call them. And then you have to have just enough story to connect them all up. It's like, well, I've got this idea for Jackie Chan dangling with one, with his right hammer toe being tied to the top of the Empire State Building, and he's being bombarded by meteorites. And then you have to write the story to get him to that point. That's got to be super, super challenging, but worth doing too. And I love Pops. We all love Pops. Sarah, he does good work. And I have no idea why Sarah likes me so much. As far as I know, I've never met her. Skunk, you don't need to meet people anymore. You can do these interwebs things, and you're now friends. But Sarah's a good judge of character. That's why she likes you. And from the desk of the small press publisher, we were extolling your glories earlier. Joe D. McPhee made it on time to say less than 30 minutes until time to feed Cookie. Morning, all morning, Brian. Morning, Joe. Glad to see you. Always glad to see you. And a spectacular quote, Ted. Definitely. And Skunk Crocker from the desk of the small press publisher. Skunk Crocker, you do have personality, and she likes it. And Facebook is telling me today it's Tabitha Dipple Brown. Tabitha, mwah, hello. As for negativity, live rent-free in their head no matter who it is. Bring popcorn and smile as they get mad. Yeah. Rick Bradley says, I got a few reviews for Marvin's Night Out, which can be found at Marvin's Night at that bit.ly address. And I know a few of them are from friends I've had for most of my life. I told them that it wouldn't hurt my feelings if they gave me a low rating. I'd be okay with it. I know my book isn't perfect. Yeah, but the thing is, even those low ratings can help you. And honest reviews help us all a lot as authors, because they point out potential flaws in the work. Now, sometimes a reader may not get it. That's just it. But when they do and they have a criticism, it's good to take it seriously, and then you can improve the next work. Scott Crocker says, oh, cool. Carl Wisman is calling me out publicly now. Oh, fight to the death. Go into Thunderdome, Carl and Skunk. Only one emerges alive. And great Mo as always, but you forgot to trim the hedges again. Sorry, artwork of Bill Sarden. Got a boogie, though. I'll see some of you in the green room tonight after I get home from the auction. Everyone have a great weekend. Do good deeds, via con dias, amigos. Happy trails till we meet again, Bill Sarden. You have a great one. I hope to see you tonight sometime. Grant Lankard, I worked in this shop where cops always wanted a discount. It got to the point where if they pulled into the parking lot and saw I was working, they would just turn around. Well, I would be inclined, but that's just me. I've always been a supporter, but a lot of police don't ask for discounts, and I think in some areas it is actually not allowed because then it is seen as you are asking for potential favoritism. It's almost like a second cousin to a bribe. So, but yeah, in fact, when I did my ride-alongs with some of the Lafayette Police Department, I offered to buy them dinner, because they were taking the time out, and I was an inconvenience. That's all there was to it. They were wonderful. Each and every one of my guys were wonderful, but I was an inconvenience because I was disrupting their concentration, disrupting their habits. And I wanted to make up for it. And I'm like, dude, I'll buy your dinner. It is my pleasure to do so. No, that's okay. So, that's why. So anyway, Cindy Cap says, the review, it was fabulous. Thanks for shining a spotlight on Animal Eye. Well, you sure deserved it, darling. That was a superior comic book. And that was one of the reasons I was glad Clyde wanted to review it, because he's the most prepared of the four of us. The rest of us just kind of shoot from the lip, but Clyde actually is thoughtful and writes out his stuff and reads it on the air. Something I should probably start doing. But but every bit of the praise is well deserved. Seriously, everyone, check out bearpublications.com and get your copy of Animal Eye right now. Cindy did a superior job. And how did you tick Carl off, Skunk? He seems like the most laid-back guy on the planet, certainly more than me. And he said that tonight's Drunken Rant is going to be about negative Nancy's on the internet. Come on, I'm the most negative person everybody here knows. Dude, some days, I hate to burst your bubble, Skunk, you aren't even in the running. You know what I'm saying? That's what some of us put up with. And nothing can defeat the dino porn. Yeah, right arm, Rick Bradley. And hashtag bring Cookie home. Definitely. Bring Christian home, too. That'd be nice. And what did I miss? Been working 9 to 5 on a secret project. Not sure what shenanigans I was supposed to be a part of. No, Cindy mentioned you. Cindy mentioned your broadcast, and I was saying nice things about it, right? I know you're unused to me saying nice things about you and your broadcast, dude. And Rick Radley says, I worked at a pawn shop, and a ton of people would get mad if I wouldn't lower the price by $1. It's only $1, they would say, and I'd reply, yep, it's only $1, and continue charging them full price. Yep. And from the desk of a small press publisher, Skunk Rocker isn't negative. He talked positively about some video games. Well said. Now, we hate to burst your image, Skunk, but some days you are entitled to a little righteous indignation concerning your job mostly. But you are artistic, you are creative, you are supportive of others, dude. That counts for a lot in this community, okay? So if you want to think of yourself as a negative Nelly, you just go ahead and do that. We're going to make up for it when we get to HallowCon. We're going to be so nice to you and just love all over you and tell everybody how much we love you and how awesome you are. And Skunk's like, I'm getting a gun. Anyway, Christian Illusionist, much love, brother. I sent you a pic of the trick. Yeah, I saw that. I just haven't had time to open that up yet, Jake, but thank you. And it's spelled Secret Project. And it's pronounced Secret Project. And OMG, I hope I haven't been a negative Nancy. No, you've been a sensational Sarah is what you've been, as you always are. No, you've been fine. You've been awesome, in fact. All of you are awesome. Even you, Skunk, you nabob of negativity. It was a nattering nabob of negativity, I believe former Vice President Spiro Agnew used to call people. So anyway, no, you're my nabob, so it's all good. And Jody McPhee mocks me with his laughter. Anyway, and we're done before noon. How awesome is that? I could feed Cookie on time today. This is good. And this is good coffee. Thank you again, Ted. Yes, Brian will do editorial work for coffee. It's now no longer a secret. But anyway, what's not a secret is that you guys are awesome. We appreciate you all. And we're going to start closing out the show here. And I'm not used to things being in order, it's all right, though. But anyway, folks, thank you, as always, for being here. Your participation is gleefully accepted. And thank you again to Randy Zimmerman and Arrow Comics 4.0 for these amazing comics that I will be reading in lieu of working, probably. But anyway, also we want to thank our ongoing sponsor, Jeffrey Hayes, and Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. Did you see that beautiful array of paperback book covers? Well, Jeffrey Hayes did those at plasmafiregraphics.com, and those books sold. So if you want something that'll help your book go up sales-wise, then you need to contact Plasma Fire Graphics. Check out their Facebook page and check out their website, plasmafiregraphics.com. They did my latest book from Ben Books. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that powerful? And the story inside is really good, too. I'm very proud of it. It's a quick read, one-shot crime thriller that you will enjoy. It's only 99 cents on Amazon, and you'll just buy it for the cover and just look at it. You don't even have to read it, and leave me a 5-star review. But anyway, check out the work of Jeffrey Hayes on his Facebook page and on plasmafiregraphics.com, where you can contact him and putting his very affordable services to work for you. That's Plasmafire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters very much to your readers. And speaking of people that matter very much, I love my patrons on Patreon. Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators with a modest stipend every month. But in return, you get something else. For instance, in my case, you get looks at works in progress, as well as my subscriber-only blog and other goodies. Some even get to download some of my work. So please check it out. You can see what I'm offering as far as rewards at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And if you think that this is the end of your day, no, it's not. No, it's not. The Rising Tide Broadcast Network, we're going for 24/7, people. We stand ready to deliver some entertainment and maybe a little bit of information every now and then. Stuff to get you ahead in your career and your life. Tonight, Ted and Christine Davies are taking a few weeks off, but they'll come back strong with a new season of Drinking with the Davies next month. And then you can tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, for Michaela Jade, the delightful and beautiful Michaela Jade, for Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles. She's going to talk about what's going to pull her out of the 9-to-5. And if you follow her example, you might get out of your 9-to-5 too and live the life of creativity and profit. So check it out. And then following that at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, is the Historical Fencing Guild with Nicholas Anthony Tockard, where you can learn to kill each other safely using bladed weapons. It's always fun. He's always fun, always lively, always a great time with Nick. And then tomorrow night on Saturday at 11 p.m. will be Stupid O'Clock at 11 p.m., the late night edition. Join Skunk Rocker, Jody, and not Jody McPhee. He's on earlier. I'll get to you in a moment, Joe. But Joe Dog McKeel and Skunk Rocker, Dan, John, Bill, Heather, and whoever else wanders in. Always great conversation, fun, educated geeks talking geekery. It's always a good time. And then stay tuned around 1 a.m. on Sunday morning for Dan Hollifield's Last Man Standing. Will you outlast Dan? Only one way to find out. Tune into his show. It's always great conversation on there. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern on Sunday night, we close out our broadcast week with the lovely Heather Ellen and Comics, Chaos, and Sass. You can talk with Heather, get her feedback on what you're doing, and tell your friends what you're up to. Promote your work. It's all good stuff. Also, please sign up for our Facebook page, the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We'd be glad if you did. And let's see, we've got a few more comments. We'll rip through those, and let's see. Here we go. And comment, dump, engage. Jake Lindsay, that's enough out of you. You're getting blocked. And love you to the abyss and back. Sarah, I love you too. We'll talk later, hon, I promise. And Skunk Rocker says, all right, then I'll just say, don't die, feed Cookie. And if you guys like wrestling, sign up for Independent Wrestling TV and tune in to the SCI tonight and tomorrow night, 7:30 on IWTV Live. Beautiful. And from the desk of Small Press Publishers, see, my time left bomb helped. Good man, Joe. I appreciate you so much. Also, check out From the Desk of the Small Press Publisher every Saturday night at 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Central. Great interviews, great artwork, great stuff with Joe D. McPhee. You are a marvel. You really are. And Grant Lankard says, well, everybody have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Even all you negative Nancys, have a wonderful week. Yay. You have a great weekend too. You and Angie both. Don't let them get to you, man. You've got us, all right? We love you. We love you more than they hate you, all right? Everyone take care and stay creative. Rick Bradley, you take care of that little girl of yours. Give us a progress report next week, all right? Hope everything comes out all right. Skunk Rocker, and the Action Showcase. I don't know when it's tomorrow. I think 2 p.m., somewhere around there. Check that out, too. It's going to be a good time. I will, Skunk. That sounds like fun. Anyway, have fun. I'm going to go be the negative somewhere else. See you later. All right, but I'm positive. I love you, Skunk. You have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night on Stupid O'Clock, I hope. Ryan Hawkins, everyone have a nice day. End of line. Brian Hawkins, out. Love you, man. Thanks for being here. And from the Small Press Publisher, I may need to official on someone's network. Just saying being a free agent may not be for me. Joe, talk to me. You're on my list. Anyway, don't block me. Okay, I won't. And Eric Hawkins say, did you say to block Jake? I'm on it. Give me a second. No, says Jake Lindsay. Okay, you get a reprieve, Jake. You know how close it came, buddy. No more dumb comments, okay? And Willow Schuyler says, if you truly want to go 24 hours, you'll have to find programming from all over the world to fill up your broadcasting schedule. But with the new feature on StreamYard, I could actually program something and have it show up later, which I did last week, if you'll remember. That I don't know if anyone liked it, but anyway, that's what we did. That's why we reassure people we're live. So anyway, that's part of the plan, Willow. We got plans. You know we do, darling. Anyway, we love you, Willow, and hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget, Pillow Talk with Willow airs every week, as well as Cryptid Crunch, brand new hit from the Back of the Cereal Box Network. Please check that out. She and Keisha Acuff are amazing. I love them both. And I just watch with the sound turned off. But anyway, I love you, Willow. I love you, Keisha. And also check out Back of the Cereal Box tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. on the Back of the Cereal Box Network on YouTube, because it's awesome. John B. Pica, you are awesome. Never forget that, my brother. And if you need to talk to me, you know how to get a hold of me. And hope you have a great day, too. Hope you have a great weekend. Seriously, you deserve it. You've put up with a lot of crap this week, I'm sure. And now's the time to cut loose and celebrate. And just behave as raucously as you can.
How dare you?
Well, that's what I'm doing, Greta, just so don't get bent out of shape. Anyway, we're going to run some spots from some of our friends after the outro here. But anyway, as always, my friends, thank you for being here. You are greatly appreciated. The show would be nothing without you. Thank you to everyone who's watching live, and thank you to everyone who's watching on the reruns. We hope you got this far. And I hope you're a positive Polly and not a negative Nancy here, because that's how you improve the world. You make it better for other people, which in turn makes your world better. It's all rising tide. So we will see you Monday morning at 10 o'clock with another live episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. Thank you all for being here. And as always, if you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell so you know when we're coming, because YouTube will tell you. Also, we want to give a shout out to our Facebook friends. Please give this video a like, and don't forget you can subscribe to and get notices on Facebook. So please do so. Also sign up for the Rising Tide broadcast page on Facebook, because we got things happening. So anyway, we hope you've got things happening this weekend too. We hope you have a super, super weekend. And we'll see you Monday on Nevermind the Furthermore. So in the meantime, though, folks, be sure to stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. That's just what you are. Never doubt that a bit. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday morning on Nevermind the Furthermore. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide broadcast network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela J. brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels Set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men, and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret. Warrior's Trust. And Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Reels and Heels is a podcast that discusses movies, television, wrestling, and more. With a rotating guest list of friends and filmmakers alike, Reels and Heels salutes the creative arts of all kinds. Join Brian Winzeloff and Nicole Jobin live every Saturday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Reels and Heels.
Go thee to thy rest, O shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com.
Author Cindy Kepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kepp at CKOEPP.com today.
Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelors Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelors Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Stormgate Press presents Pulp Reality 2. 10 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Packed with pirates, private eyes, aliens, automatons, villains, and vigilantes. High adventure, wondrous fantasy, mysterious horror, and startling science fiction await. Pick up a copy and be transported to astonishing places and travel to amazing times in the golden age pulp style. This is Pulp Reality 2. Available now on Amazon.com.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.